Hey everyone, it's Patrick from Mercedes-Benz Burlington. Thank you guys so much for following along. Make sure to like and subscribe because today, this is my most anticipated car of the entire year. I have been waiting and waiting for this car to arrive. Are you ready for this run-on sentence? This is the 2024 Mercedes-AMG GT 63 4MATIC Plus Coupe. Let's see what this thing has to offer. Excited to finally have this car here in person. A beautiful black on black spec we have. A lot of dealerships got the same spec, not in this black, but in one of the new colors, the Alpine. So it's nice to have a fresh look and take on the new AMG 63. Beautiful car. It will come in a 55 as well, which we will review for you once it arrives at the dealership. But this one, looking at the front of the car, they've redone the whole front. A lot of people thought it was going to be very similar to the SL. There are some similarities to the SL model, but the whole front is completely redesigned. It's giving me kind of an homage to some of the Aston Martin and previous Mercedes-Benz products, but we haven't had a new GT from Mercedes-Benz in years. Beautiful front, new digital light headlight system on the front. The design looks a little bit more wide than what they were doing with some of the thin design patterns on some of the CLS product and SL product. I like that it has more of a dominant display light because that's what the previous design AMG GT had. They've got the new AMG crest on the front and they've brought back the new grille as well. What I like about this one is this one has the carbon fiber package on it. So you actually have the carbon fiber mirror caps. You've got this little muted carbon fiber front lip on the vehicle as well. And it really brings out the dominance of the car on the front. When I'm facing the car, it looks like a much more aggressive front end than the SL does. I'll say the SL looks maybe sleeker, but this looks much more aggressive. And let me tell you, it sounds really aggressive, which we'll get into as well. This is the Obsidian Black. You can't go wrong with a black Mercedes-Benz in any model we offer, but there are some new design colors for this model. We have the sun yellow back. We used to have a solar beam metallic on the previous GT, so it's really exciting to have a sun yellow. We have the Patagonia red. We also have the spectral blue. And something special for the GT is we also have that Spectral Blue Magno, which is the matte satin finish paint that's going to be available for this car as well. We also have the Opalite White and the Opalite Magno, so that's going to be the manufacturer design color of a matte white finish. I've seen it on some product before and it looks really sharp. So tons of different paint colors to choose from. This is a pretty well factory order only car, so usually you do have to custom order it to get one. This unit will be available, I think, for a very short time, but otherwise we would do an order for you. And it's a very popular car because they don't do a whole huge amount. So it's usually pretty bespoke and special order. Right now, the dealership has 2 units that are incoming, and that's going to be it for so far the rest of 2024. And we're already halfway through the year. So very important to get your order in on these. This is a new handcrafted engine. So that's 577 horsepower and 590 for torque. Very attractive numbers and kind of in line with all of our AMG product, but this is definitely the front runner. Stay tuned because there will also be a GT coming for this as well. So the GTR rather. So this is the GT. It'll be coming in a GTR variant as well. Let's take a look at the back because it's an all new design. I know I said that the front was new and exciting, but the back of the new GT really is where the show is, in my opinion. Completely redesigned rear. This is the biggest carbon fiber diffuser I've seen on a Mercedes-Benz product before. Humongous. It comes really high up, like almost halfway through the bumper. You've still got the prominent quad exhaust, so 2 on each side with a nice diffuser through the center. You've got a dark, like a black dark chrome for the GT63 AMG, and then even the Mercedes-Benz symbol in the middle. And what's nice about this is the first time I've seen a 3D light. So a lot of our lights look like a 3D with the different LED systems, but this one physically to the touch is 3D. So you can actually feel these pieces, and because of that, it looks a lot more aggressive because it's actually outside of that taillight. So really sharp there. Of course, you got an active wing as well. The previous model was a lot smaller and only came up a little bit. So this, I'd say, is almost double the width and probably double the height as well to give you a way bigger spoiler on that when that's up. And then that actively goes up and down with your speed too. So even if you have it down, if you go onto the highway, you go over a specific speed, you'll see that that actively comes up as well. But of course, you can manually adjust that on the steering wheel or in your infotainment system if you want that to always stay up. because I would always want it to stay up as well. Let's look inside the trunk, because that is also a little bit new for us. There's a little hidden switch underneath here. When you pull, that's going to pop open the trunk. Now, inside the trunk, you actually have a tonneau cover that is retractable. So the old one used to go up with the trunk, but now you have a retractable one that you can actually take all the way out or have attached. So whichever you prefer, if you want it to go up with the trunk, or if you want it to stay only for sometimes, or you could take it all the way out. Underneath, you have a nice big storage space, and the trunk is actually quite deep. You can fit some golf clubs in there as well. What's nice about this first of the new GT also is you can actually custom order it with a rear seat. Yes, the back seat is going to be smaller, but it's nice to have that option, because in the previous model, you had no back seat. So this configuration actually doesn't have that seat. So you're just going to have a little bit of more space behind your front two seats. You can configure that where you're actually going to get two leather seats in the back as well. All right, I know I was talking a lot on the outside, but I want to get in the car and drive it. So let's talk about the details on the inside, and I'll cover the rest of the car while we go for a drive. I just had to take this out. I couldn't wait any longer. I skipped a few steps. I didn't show you the beautiful little carbon fiber side. We're gonna have to show that in post, because I just wanted to get in this car and take it for a drive. What can I say about this car? The GT63 Coupe. It is not the SL63, you can quote me on that. It drives very similarly. Yes, there is a bi-turbo V8 engine in it, but this is a race car. This is a full solid coupe. You have less road noise with a full shell you're in. It feels more like a cockpit car. I cannot wait to see this in the GTR, and I can't wait to see this racing around on circuits for F1 as the safety car. Hopefully they renew it and they use this car, because it drives like a dream. I'm right now in comfort mode. You've got some new systems too, so the adaptive suspension is really kind of hugging the road, and I'm not feeling every bump like I have in some of the other ones. When you stiffen up the suspension in the Sport Plus or in the race modes, yeah, you will get that, but that's when you're looking for that type of vibe. On the steering wheel, full leather wrap, feels really solid. I've got the same controls that are on the SL and some of the other AMG products, so I can adjust my wing here. I'm going to turn that on, and I can also go from a regular drive mode into a manual shifting mode. So I'm actually going to activate both of those now. Those are on. You'll see it come up on the center screen as well. And the notes this car makes, I'm going to put down this window a little bit so you can hear it. Let me go into Sport Plus. This does come with a Burmeister beautiful sound system, but guess what? You don't need it, because listen to this. Oh, downshifts. Let's see if we get some pops. The fans love the pops. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that'll work. Ooh. Oh, gorgeous. I could listen to that all day. Beautiful driving car. It's a clean pop too. Some of the other ones, it felt a little bit too rumbly for me, just in the way of like loose fuel. Like it sounded like something was on fire back there. This one's clean. I don't hear the same rumble of the whole body shaking with it. I just feel the clean pops. That's my engineering coming out. I'm not an engineer, so I'm probably not using the right verbiage for this. Oh, it hugs the road, drives beautifully. This one has the beautiful black forged wheels as well in matte black. Looks really sharp. A very popular AMG spec wheel. Drives very, very well. Oh, I love this. I gotta turn around before I drive this too all the way home and then put it in my garage. Great driving car. I love it. I didn't talk about any of the infotainment system. So in the inside, we have some upgraded details. So yes, the beautiful ambient light that every client asks about in the 64 different light colors. There is animation, so you can fully customize this. Right now I have it in a beautiful red. We're coming through a shaded area, so hopefully you can see it inside the cockpit here with me. But what's nice about this one too is you have it on the air vents. So on the new air vents, these look like on plane turbines. Beautiful, but you actually have the lighting in there too. They brought that out on some of the product of recent, and then it was kind of like an ambient light package plus. They took it out of some of the products, so you can't get it on everything now, but they left it for the new GT. So I'm glad that that's in here, because it just elevates the look a little bit. This one has this new center display as well in it, so very easy to use, and you can fully customize this as well. Right now I'm just on my standard map, but you can fully customize this and go into any of your infotainment system features here. Important on sports cars because you get the AMG performance menu and the track pace, so I'll show you that in here, and that actually shows me real time, live time what I'm looking at. So as you drive through, you can physically see my turning radius, you can see where my suspension is, you can see, even on the new metric here, you can actually see my tail light, which is cool. So it's almost like a ghost car. It reminds me of like the Ghost Rider display where you can physically see the car with the tail lights as well, which is really new. That's actually neat. I've never seen that before. And you can see as you move the road around you as well. And that's the nice thing about the GT2 is you can use it as a daily driver. You can drive through small towns now. If I go into comfort mode, the car gets whisper silent in here. Beautiful driving car. Oh, this is a phenomenal vehicle. They really did a great job on this. I love it. I'm very excited to try some of the other components of it. So I'm excited to try the 55 that's going to be coming. We do have some allocation available for that. I'm also excited to try the GTR when it finally comes out in Canada. We don't have it quite yet. This one is available. There are a few clients reviewing some of the different ones that we have available. So I don't know how long it will last, but I'm very, very fortunate to be able to actually drive this one because I wanted to test drive it just to be able to prove that it is different than the SL that we have available. The SL is the same size engine, so it is a similar drive if you're looking for something in a convertible. But to me, in a race car setup, in a sports car setup, it is nice to just have a full coupe. I think a lot of clients like that. You get a nice big sunroof in here, so it's very light and airy in here still, and it doesn't feel claustrophobic, but it does feel tight enough. Now the back seat is something I haven't experienced yet. So on this configuration, like I mentioned, you don't have a back seat. You just have a spot that you can put little things. Right now I've got a camera rested back there. But you can configure that from factory. So when one of those comes out, maybe I'll do a little short form video on it just to show the space. I am interested in getting in the back of it because I have gotten in the back of the SL and I can fit, but not very comfortably. So I'm excited to see the difference and see if there's any extra space with that configuration. Based on the photos, it looks like there is a little bit extra space. So hopefully there actually is, but stay tuned for that. Like I said, it's available. If you have any questions or anything I skipped over, I may have got lost in the drive, and I'm just kind of living in dreamland today, so I may have glossed over a few of the features. This does still have the same package languages and the same features that we went over, so you can still custom order it with different features. A lot of it is standard when you do get the 63, because when you're kind of at the top AMG, they give you a lot of standard features included in that price. So you can custom order it. We'll add a few of the different things on here, and we will actually put the spec of this car in the description for you to review. If you have any questions, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Thank you so much for following along with me as always, and stay tuned for the next one because I'm going to have some fun drives coming this summer and I'm very excited. It's Patrick at Mercedes-Benz Burlington. I'm your AMG specialist and your specialist for all things Mercedes-Benz. If you have any questions, do not hesitate. I love to hear from you guys. Thanks so much.